So today we are looking at the Ultimate Arch Linux or the Ultimate Arch Linux Lite. So here is the boot menu. So let me quickly boot it in the live boot. So this is the latest version or the August edition of this Ultimate Arch Linux. I'm going to say what it's based on and all the new features and all those things as soon as it's we see the desktop layout. So the booting process will take like a 2 or 3 minutes usually. So let's wait and see. And also I'm running it on the VMware, which is a virtual machine with 60 GB of virtual disk and 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So let it load, and we are going to continue as soon as the desktop layout is loaded. So and also I'm going to mention how much of system requirements you need to run this Ultimate Arch Lite or the Ultimate Arch Linux as soon as it boots up. So let's wait and see. So here we have the desktop layout. So it took almost 3 minutes to load up the desktop layout. So I didn't touch anything here. So I'm going to open the system monitor and see how much of a resource it's consuming. So while using this thing is it's kind of like a heavy, or you can call it as it's not so like a smooth experience while using this Linux distro. As you can see, there is also a major lag. So it's having a lot of issues, I guess. So this is the August ISO file or the August version, which is 2024-08 edition. So I'm going to open the system monitor and see how much of resources, because I have the 12th generation CPU and we are still seeing a major lag here. So let's see what is happening in the hardware specs or in the system monitor. So let's the system monitor open. So the desktop environment should be KDE Plasma, I think. So let's see the resources. So it's consuming 1.8 GB of RAM, and also the CPU is pretty much 50%, 50-60%. So it's pretty much unstable on the CPU side. And the RAM is almost like a 1.8 GB and cache is like a 3.5 GB. So these are all the process running right now. So as you can see, there are major hiccups here and there. So it's not a smooth experience while using this Linux distro. So I even made a lot of videos on this distribution in my channel, but if you want to check that out, you can check it out before using this Linux distro and decide whether to use this Linux distro or not. So the GNOME 46.0 is the version you get. So let me see what desktop environment we have here. So it says the KDE Plasma desktop environment welcome screen, but it's kind of customized, I guess. So let me click next. So simple by default, next, powerful when needed. So these are all the same things, so I don't think there is nothing to show here. And I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner, and let me change the display settings. So even the when you click on the mouse, it's also taking a bit of time here. So it's consuming a lot of time and also a lot of hardware specs. We need to see what version of a KDE Plasma is right now. So the default version, if it's 6.1.4, then you already know the 6.1 version has some CPU issues. In my PC, I don't know how it performs on other PCs. Let me keep it. So my monitor is 1920x1080, and I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner. So there is like a jelly animation, so that's good thing. But if we had like a smooth experience, that would be a good experience, or the good translation or transition, I guess. So about the system, so we have the KDE Plasma version 6.1.4. so it should be consuming a lot of CPU. So I'm going to keep the CPU or the system monitor throughout the video. I'm not going to remove anything here. So you should be seeing all the changes throughout the video and decide whether to use this Linux distro or not. And the frameworks version you get is a 6.5.0, and Qt version is 6.7.2, and kernel version is 6.10.6, which is the latest version, and the graphics platform is a Wayland. So let's close all those things and let's go to the official website. Let me go to the internet. So as you can see, there is like a lag again. It's a major lag. Internet. So it's not allowing me to choose the internet. So let's wait and see. So let's open the browser. So we don't get any browser, I guess. So we have the Firefox web browser. So icons are changed, so it's a bit of confusing because all the icons looks kind of same. So here we have the web browser of Firefox, and also there is some web here, which is a GNOME browser, I guess. So the CPU should be pretty much almost like a 75-80% throughout the video, because the CPU has some issues in the KDE Plasma version 6.1.4. So let's see how much of time the browser is going to take, because usually the Firefox browser will be taking like a maybe maximum 15 seconds to load up in any Linux distro, which I tried in my PC, but let's see. So it's same as the other distros also. So in the yesterday's video, the Firefox didn't even open because of the KDE Plasma 6.1.4. So in this case, we are having no issues while launching the browser. So let me check the version. So the mouse pointer is also pretty much taking a lot of time. So as you can see, I'm moving the mouse pointer. It's like a heavy lag, because keep an eye on the CPU throughout the video. You should be getting all the information there. So I'm not going to say anything. You can judge on your own, because you should be seeing the CPU and all the things happening on this Linux distro. So let's check the version of the Firefox web browser. So you get the 129.0.2, which is the latest version of the Firefox. So let me type in about and support. So here it is. Some distro information and some browser information. So the version we already mentioned, 129.0.2. So ID Arch Linux, I think it's based on the Arch Linux, and the kernel version already mentioned. So operating system theme is Ultimate Edition Arch or the Advaita. And when you scroll it down, you should be seeing the memory size, which is 7.7 GB, but I'm using 8 GB of RAM. And this space, it says 3.9 GB. Just scroll it down and you should be seeing some additional information. So it says VLAN here, and the desktop environment is KDE Plasma. So it is like a themed KDE Plasma. So the icons are changed. And when you scroll it down, you should be also seeing the monitor resolution, which I already mentioned and I already showed you. So here are some other important information. If you consider it as important, just pause the video and read everything here. So I'm going to go to the official website now. So let me type in Ultimate Arch Linux Lite. So here is the website. So hope it allows us to view all the information, because in the previous video it doesn't allow us, because some of the website was like having malware. So same thing is happening right now. So when you open the website, it's going to go to some other links. So that's the reason it has some issues. So it opened the Google homepage. So let me try it again. So it doesn't allow you to go through anything because of the malware. So I'm going to show you the SourceForge link, because I downloaded it from the SourceForge itself. So let me open the SourceForge. Just type like a SourceForge and you should be seeing the website. So because of the lag, it's typing continuously. So here is the SourceForge. Let's click the link. So the first link is the SourceForge website, or you can just type in sourceforge.net, and let me search with the keyword Ultimate. So again, lag. So because of the CPU, there will be a lot of issues. So here is the ISO file, Ultimate Edition. So just for the browser, it's consuming almost 100% of CPU. It's almost like a 80-90%. So here is all the information. In order to download the ISO file, it's better to go to the source code website instead of the official website because of the malware. So here is the link of the official website which I already showed you. So when you go to the official website, it's going to redirect to the some other website. So again, malware attack. So that's the reason I always never give the link, and I always show you how to download the ISO files, but some of the viewers doesn't understand. Not many users, just a few, like 1 or 2 viewers doesn't understand these things. So they just complained about in the comments. So I'm just going to ignore all those things and let's get to the website. So here is the all the information, like Ultimate Edition Linux, previously called as Ubuntu Ultimate Edition. So here is some of the information. You can just go there and read everything, or else you can just read it here, because I already made a video on it, so it's not worthy to show all those things. So I'm going to show you the files and downloading process. Go to the files and you should be seeing the latest version here. Let me scroll it down and show you properly. So here is the ISO file, which is Ultimate Arch Lite 2024-08-23, which is August 23, 2024. So the file size is around like a 5.6 GB. So by using this Linux distro, I don't really recommend this Linux distro if you are a normal user, but if you are a distro hopper, or if you are a guy who tests the Linux distros every day, so you can go and try this Linux distro. But if you're a normal user, it's better not go with this Linux distro because of a major lag throughout the video. So it's almost like a 10-15 minutes and we are still facing the lag, and as you can see, there is a CPU issue also. So this is the ISO file. Just click on the download and it's going to take like a 5 seconds and the download will be started here. So let the download start. So the link will be ready, and here you should be seeing the ISO file, which is 2024-08-23, and it's like a 5.2 GB of ISO file. So let's close it. So that was the process of all the Ultimate Arch Linux. So let me type in Linux kernel and hit enter, and let's go to the official website of the Linux kernel. And the latest version of the Linux kernel, or the stable version of the Linux kernel, is a 6.10.6, as you can see. So we are using the latest version of the kernel, so that's a good thing, which is released on August 19th 2024. So I'm going to close the browser. So we got all the downloading process information. So I already showed you how to download. So let me open the terminal. Let me find the terminal, or let me show you the about Ultimate Arch Linux first. So I think it's going to open some website or something like that. I don't know, but let's wait and see. So let's check the terminal. It's going to open somehow. Let me type in terminal. So here we have the terminal. Let me open the terminator. I don't know what happened to the application. So I clicked on the about Ultimate Arch, but it didn't open anything. I don't know what happened there. So I'm just going to continue opening the terminal, and let's make the video. So there is some jelly animation, so that's a good thing here. So let me type in neofetch, and I'm going to click on enter. So here you can see it's almost like a 18 minutes. So the lag, because of the lag, we didn't see how much of time it's going to take, but it's taking a lot of time. I didn't even show you anything, but it's almost already 18 minutes. So I'm going to trim the booting process because of this thing, and I'm going to keep the rest of the video like that because I don't want to skip anything. I don't want to so I want to give all those changes throughout the video without missing anything for you. So that's the reason. So the kernel, we already saw the version, uptime almost 18 minutes, and the KDE Plasma version is 6.1.4. The display resolution it says as a 1280 into 800, but I already changed the display resolution. I don't know why it's saying like that. Let's check the display. Let's go to the display settings and see. So here you can see it's a 1920 into 1080, but it says 1280 into 800. It's okay. Let's close it. And here is some of the information, which is my CPU, which I already mentioned, and also the RAM. So you can see it's a 1.9 GB. It says 1522 MB. So let me type in inxi-sv8. So it says command not found. It's okay. Let's try the another command. So inxi is not pre-installed, so you need to install on your own. cat/etc/issue. So it says Ultimate Arch Lite. So I think I'm going to close this thing here, and let's go to the installation now. So I don't know whether it's going to work or not, so I'm going to double click on it. So it's a plain white application. I don't know it's going to work or not, but let's try it. So we have our installer here. So let's check the about. So we get the Calamares installer 3.3.7. Here is the version. So it says Dirty for Ultimate. I think that's the name of the Linux distribution. Maybe the code name like that. So the language selection, first select your language. There will be a lot of languages available right here. And after the language selection, click on next. And here you can choose the location. You can choose the map, or you can choose the drop down menu. And also if you want to customize, you can customize. The system language will be set to American English. If you want to change it, you can change it, or else keep it like that. The numbers and dates locale will be set to American English United States. If you want to customize, do the same thing, or else just keep it like that and click on next. Here you should be seeing the keyboard layout. Choose the keyboard first and choose the language for the keyboard and also the variant. And here you can type to test your keyboard, and also you can switch your keyboard right here. And after that, click on next. Here you should be seeing the partitions. If you're a newcomer or if you're new to the Linux, it's better to watch some short tutorials of installation on how to install the Linux distro on the installation drive, like a virtual disk or maybe the hard disk. So you need to watch tutorials. I made like a 3000 videos, but I never made just the only installation tutorial, because I'll be covering all the information about the distros, like new features and all those things. So I don't really remember in which video I installed on the hard disk or a virtual disk. So it's better to watch some tutorials in the YouTube. There are a lot of videos available. Just watch like a 2 to 3 videos of installation. The videos will be like a 2 or 3 minutes lengthy, and you should be good with the installation. So I'm going to give you a short information here. So first you need to choose your installation drive or the hard disk, or wherever you want to install the Ultimate Arch Linux there. So choose your hard disk here. If you have a multiple hard disk, choose the specific hard drive. And if you want to install the Ultimate Arch Linux on the as a single boot, you just need to choose this option. And remember, the drive will be wiped completely, because it's going to erase everything, whatever drive you choose. So be careful. You need to have like an empty drive, so it should be good. So if you have like a media files or a current operating system, it's better to not do anything here. Instead of that, you just watch tutorials properly and you should be good. So this option will allow you to install the Ultimate Arch Linux as a single boot, and it's going to wipe everything, whatever it's available in that specific installation drive. And the other option is like a manual partitioning. You need to create a partition and choose the partition there. And you should be installed Ultimate Arch Linux in that specific partition. And also you should be having the current operating system. So you should be having dual operating systems in the boot menu. So you can select whatever operating system you want there. So this is a dual boot option and this is a single boot option. So that was the short information. And when you choose the erase disk, here are the options. And if you want to encrypt your system, you can encrypt your system by checking this option or checking the box. And you should be providing the password which should be same in both the boxes. If you don't want, just uncheck it. The current drive will be like this. After installation it will be like this. And also the bootloader location, you should be seeing 3 options here, which is like a master boot record for the VMware or the specific whatever the drive you choose, the name will be right here. And other options will be system partitions and do not install a bootloader. So after everything, just click on next. Here you need to create a user account or the account creation. So you should be seeing everything same in every almost Linux distros, and also same operating even any other operating system there will be same thing, like you need to provide the username, password and all those things. So there is nothing complicated things to install this Linux distro. So it says what is your name, so let me type in some random things. 9to5 Linux. I'm going to choose my channel name. What name do you want to use to log in? So if you use the numericals, it's going to give you a warning. So it says your username must start with a lowercase letter or an underscore. So you just need to use the alphabets here. Unboxing. So if everything is good, you should be seeing a tick mark beside the boxes. So I'm going to remove what is the name of this computer. I'm going to keep it like a 9to5 Linux. Choose a password to keep your account safe. For the sake of the video, I'm choosing the simple password, like a 12345. So you need to give the strong password. So log in automatically without asking for the password. I'm going to check this and use the same password for the administrator account. If you want the same password as the above for the administrator account, you just need to check it, or else you can change the password by typing different password. And I'm going to choose the same thing here. So after clicking on next, here you should be seeing everything whatever choose in the previous installation steps. You should be seeing all those things here because it's a summary. And also these things happen after the installation when you click on install. So if anything is wrong, just go back and fix those things. Just go back and fix all those things. And if everything is right, just click on install. The installation may take like a 20 to 25 minutes, depends on the ISO file and depends on the PC. If you have like a high-end PC, it's going to be very quick. If you have like a low-end PC, it's going to take a bit more there. And also it depends on the ISO file. If the ISO file is like a stable version or the stable ISO file, then the installation will be very quick. If you downloaded the beta version or unstable version, then the installation may fail sometimes. In a rare cases, it's not regularly, but in rare cases installation may fail because of the beta version or an unstable version. And also sometimes the installation may freeze, and also there will be like a blank screen or something like that. So it's better to always try the stable version. But if you're a distro hopper, or if you're a Linux tester, if you are trying in the virtual machine, it's better to even if you are a tester, then it's better to try the beta version also. It's you already know how to run this ISO file, so I don't want to say anything for you. But if you're a normal user, it's better to wait for the stable ISO files. So I'm going to close the installation because I need to make another video and don't want to install the Arch Linux or the Ultimate Edition Arch Linux on the drive. So we pretty much got all the information. So let me show you pre-installed applications you get here. So because of the lag, we can't even do anything here. So let's go to the all applications. Let me try it. So I tried to click on the about Ultimate Arch, but it didn't show up anything. So it's completely almost like 10-15 minutes and we didn't see anything here. So these are all the pre-installed applications. You get a lot of bloatware applications here, like a deepin file manager, deepin image viewer. So you get a lot of bloatwares in this Linux distribution. So I don't think so if you're a normal user who doesn't like any bloatware applications, then it's better to not go with this Linux distribution. But if you like a lot of applications pre-installed, then go with this Linux distribution. And also always try it in the live boot and also try it in the virtual machines, and then if you're satisfied, then go with this Linux, because it has like a lot of lag and also CPU is pretty much unstable throughout the video. So I don't know what to say about it, because in my PC it isn't working properly and there is no smooth experience while using this Linux distribution. So there is like a major hiccups here and there, so I am not feeling happy to use this Linux distribution. So these are all my thoughts. Do let me know in the comment section how it's going to perform in your PC if you tried, and also do let me know are you going to try this Linux distribution or not. So let's check some desktop wallpapers. So in the previous video we didn't see any much wallpapers, but let's find in this version. So the animation is good, but the lag is like a heavy lag, so that's the reason it's like not worthy using or not worthy making this video. But somehow let's try to make this video and end the video. So you get a bunch of wallpapers here. Most of them are from the KDE Plasma because of the desktop environment. We are using KDE Plasma, and others are some wallpapers from the Ultimate Arch Linux. So we can click on the apply. Let's keep it. And here is the version of the folder view. And let's check some desktop features like a date and calendar. I think this is like a disk and drive, I guess. It's an internet connection. This one is disk and devices. And this one is like volume controller and the integration. So it's a pretty much KDE Plasma desktop environment, so you should be seeing every KDE Plasma desktop applications and also some settings here. I think I'm going to end the video because I can't open the applications. So but we'll try and end the video. So let me try to open the applications to do a stress test, which I usually do in every video. So here are all the things. I don't want to go through all those things because of the lag, so it's not even worth making the video. But so let's try and open some things. So sound, so it's going to take some time here again. Display and monitor. So as you can see, there is like a lag, and also Wi-Fi and internet. It's taking like a 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So usually it should take like a milliseconds, but it's taking like a 1 or 2 seconds. So that was quick. General behavior, it was also quick. Screen locking, again a bit seconds there. Recent files, region and language. So I'm going to close this thing and let me open some applications and see whether the distro will handle the day-to-day task, because it's pretty much almost like a 50-60% of the CPU usage already without opening any of the applications. Let's try to open a bunch of applications and see whether this distro will handle, or maybe we should be seeing some like not responding, or like a screen will be frozen completely without a mouse cursor working. So let's see by opening all the applications. Let's go to the internet. Let me open the Thunderbird. So I'm going to open like a bunch of applications which consumes a bit of resources. So there is no LibreOffice. Let me open some random thing. Document viewer. On the graphics, what we have? Do we have like a GIMP or something like that? Let's go and try to find some applications here. So we don't even have the GIMP, so let's open some random things. So it's pretty much 90-95% of CPU just for the system monitor and a document viewer and some just a casual image viewer and the Thunderbird and also the browser. So just for these things, it's consuming this much of resources. It's almost like a 3 GB, and on the RAM, on the CPU, it's almost 100%, and CPU is almost like a 3 GB. So in my point of view, I don't think it's going to be worth using, but it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use this Linux distribution or not. So in my PC, it's like I'm having a major issues because of CPU, and also RAM is almost like a 3.1 GB just for a basic applications. So if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, I don't think it's going to perform properly, even if you install it on the bare metal. So you should be having like at least a 4 GB of RAM, and about the processor, you need to have like a maybe i3 or i5. So I don't think it's going to perform good on the dual core processor with the 2 GHz. And also about the hard disk, you need to have like a 50 GB of hard disk. There is no system requirements in the website. I don't know properly because the website wasn't properly opening because of the malware. But if I get any information of the system requirements, I'm going to let you know in the description. But it's 2024. You need to have like a dual core 2 GHz processor, and you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM. And about the hard disk, you need to have like a 50 GB of hard disk to run almost like a 50 to 60% of every Linux distro. But there will be some cases where the Linux distros need like a lot of resources. For example, that deepin Linux distribution, which needs like a 8 GB of RAM, and you need to have a lot of hardware specs in order to run those type of Linux distros. If any of the normal user had that type of hardware specs, I don't think no one will be going to the deepin Linux. Instead of that, they will be going for good Linux distros. So I don't know what they thought, and they said like they need like a 8 GB of RAM, and hard disk you need to have like a 80 GB or 65 GB of hard disk for that Linux distro. So most of the viewers will go to another type of Linux distros instead of that Linux distros if they had that hardware specs. So I don't know what type of brain they are using. I don't know. So let's ignore that, and let's get back to our video. So here is some of the information. So we already saw the browser information. Let's try to switch the applications. So here is there is a lag, as you can see. It's not a smooth experience, which I already mentioned throughout the video. So there is like a minor lag switching the applications. So it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use this Linux distro or not. I already said my thoughts, and it's clearly up to you to judge. So I'm going to show you all the about information about the applications, and I'm going to end the video. And also I'm going to give some information about the everything in the description. What are all the changes in this version? I'm going to give every changes in the description. Let's check the version of the web, which is 46.3, and actual document viewer, here is the version, and the Thunderbird version should be Supernova, I guess. So you get the latest kernel, so that's a good thing here, and also the latest KDE Plasma version. But the main thing is the CPU issue here. So the I of GNOME 45.4. So the browser, which I already showed you, the version 129, and here is our file manager. So it's a KDE Plasma desktop environment. You get the 1.28.0. So you already know how to customize the file manager. So if you want to customize, you can go to edit, preference, and change whatever you want and customize according to your wish. So I'm going to end the video here, and also I'm be posting another video because I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources consuming or the process running throughout the video. Let's go to the resources. CPU pretty much unstable, and RAM is almost like a 2.1 GB, and cache is like a 5 GB, and file system. So I'm going to show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. Let's click on the options, logout. So let's see how much of time it's going to take to log out the Linux distro. So let's wait and see. So here is our login screen. I think the password should be, or maybe the ultimate, I guess. Let's try it. So here is the VLAN session. So there are a lot of sessions here. Let's check other sessions. So if we find anything good here, so let's go with the Mac desktop environment. Let me type in the password. I'm guessing the password should be live. I think it worked. So let's wait and see. So usually it's going to take a bit more time here. So I'm going to stop talking here, and I'm going to let it load. So as you can see, there is like a mouse pointer and it's pretty much loaded completely. We don't need to wait here, so that was a good thing. So let's try to change the display settings. So right now everything is working properly, as you can see. So there is no lag also. Let's find the system and let's change the preference, hardware, displays. Let me change the resolution. So 1920 into 1080. Let's click apply. So if you want to use this Linux distro, check other sessions. Don't use the KDE Plasma. You need to check just log out the screen and type the password and change the session to some other desktop environment. So I choose the Mac desktop environment. So I can easily say there is no lag. So we can run everything. Let's check the task manager. So in the KDE session or the X11 session, it was taking a lot of resources. In this case, it's consuming like a 30% of CPU, and RAM is also pretty much less. So if you watch till here, then it's better to change to other sessions and try this Linux distro. On the other sessions, it's working properly. As you can see, I'm choosing the Mac desktop environment. It is running everything without any lag. So no lag. And also there is no animation in the Mac desktop, but it's okay, it's working properly here, so we don't have issues. So if you want to try this Linux distribution, it's better to go with other desktop sessions or the other sessions instead of X11. So, and I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.